You're listening to Hello, Good Life, the podcast where we help you define what your good life means to you. We're diving into the nitty-gritty of creating an intentionally good life that you love, from the good, the bad, to the downright ugly, and everything in between. Here's your host, Shay Rubsky.
Hello. There has been a fire that has been lit under me today. I am extra spicy. I do not know why. I mean, I do know why. My husband says I'm spicy every day, but there's like a little extra paprika or cayenne with me today, sweetie. So sorry, not sorry. Let's talk about self-responsibility today. This is one of the things that I actually used to struggle with. And one of the things that I think so many people struggle with and don't really understand. I used to be that woman. Yes, I know. But I used to be that person where I would say, why doesn't my husband just know? Why doesn't he just know? He should just know what is on my mind, what I am thinking, what I need. And how ridiculous is that for me? I think at the time that I thought about this was before I was going into doing the relationship mindset work that I'm doing. And I thought, so maybe this was 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, he should just know. He should just see my face and just know. Because we've been together at that time. I think we're on year 16 or 7. So that would have been 11 or 12th year. We've been together so long. I can't believe he doesn't just absolutely read my mind inside and out every single day. And what is he thinking? So, honestly, how silly am I if I cannot nicely ask for what I want and explain to my husband what it's going to provide to me? How can I expect anything in return and then get upset at him that he doesn't? That is total lack of emotional intelligence. And that was very eye-opening for me for what I was doing in my business, what I was doing with my clients, what I was doing in my life in general. And it really just kind of opened my eyes to see how many other people are like that. Just, oh, you didn't ask, so how would I know? Or you didn't ask, or you didn't say anything. That's the answer of a 9-year-old. And if we're still at that emotional intelligence because we're trying to be right or prove somebody wrong, that's not bringing you happiness, that's not bringing you joy. You might get a little dopamine hit for being right, but I'm learning, at least for me, that it is easier for me to say, hey, this is what I need from you. Here is why I need it. Is this something that you can do within my timeline that I needed by? And I find that creates it creates a positive expectation. It creates a positive relationship versus the me getting mad or him getting mad at me, because neither of us are mind readers. If we were, do you know what would be? I would be a billionaire. I'd be selling all that shit on the black market. Is it called the black market? Dark market? The dark web? What is it called? I don't know. I would just be profiting off of it all day long if I could read minds. Seriously. So I just want to talk to you about this today. So a couple things. What can you do to own the responsibility of you, what you need, how you're showing up, and how you're choosing to be? And I was talking with my friend, was that last week? Maybe no, it was on Monday. We were planning a girls' trip. And I was telling her about how I listened to Brendan Burchard, and one of the things he talked about was when I'm coming home from work or when I'm coming into a room, I'm thinking about what energy I'm bringing into that room. And I said to her, I'm I actually want to put up a sign, right? Because people come to our house through our garage door. Most people who are close to us will come through there. So right above our garage door, entrance, to say, you're responsible for the type of energy you bring into this home. Think about that. Because so many of us are in reactive, tired, low emotional intelligence because we're not taking care of ourselves. We're not taking care of our minds. We're not doing what we need to do to better ourselves as humans. And then we have all these expectations of everyone else to like coddle us and get upset about it when it doesn't happen. And so I'm off the cuff. I'm driving. I just had this epiphany and I wanted to share it with you because I do think it's something that needs to be heard. So again, some of the things that I have done for this is I asked myself, have I been super clear? I asked myself if I'm being unrealistic. And I'm talking about in a sense that if somebody was peering in on me and saying, wow, she's kind of being a bitch. Like, back off, bucko. Like, you don't need to be acting in this way. And so I want you to think about it from that. Am I showing up in the right energy? Am I showing up how I need to show up? And am I being a good example? I also noticed that when I made this shift, my kids started taking more responsibility and self-responsibility, I should say. And I don't want to raise children where it's, you didn't do this for me, or you didn't do this because you said you didn't do it. I shouldn't have to ask. Like, my goal is to raise productive, kind, loving, emotionally intelligent humans. I do not want to raise a daughter who is going to have these unrealistic expectations. I do not want to raise a son who cannot take care of himself. I do not want to raise a daughter that way. I want to raise humans that can be good humans and recognize that people don't read minds, recognize people aren't perfect, that they're not perfect, that I'm not perfect, that their dad, my husband, is not perfect. And really show up in a way that feels good to them, but also helps the people around them just want to be a little bit better and recognize where their missteps are or aren't or any of that. So this was a totally off the cuff podcast episode. I normally am in my office, so I apologize for the quality, but for some reason, this was like really, I got a nudge in my heart just to speak on this today. So thank you for being here. I would love it if you like, subscribe. If you know somebody who needs to hear this and take like extreme ownership of themselves, their actions, who they are, please share this with them. You don't know what you don't know until you know it. And maybe you need to know it now. Maybe this is here now for a reason. And you needed that little nudge or that little like Shay voice in your head. I have friends who call some of the words that come out of my mouth Shay-isms. So maybe you need a little Shay-ism like right now. And if you do, and if you know somebody that does, please share this. My goal is just to leave the world a little bit better than when I got here and to make people think about things in their lives and how they show up a little bit differently. And yeah, if I've helped you do that, even just a smidgen, please leave a positive review. Thank you so much for listening today, and I will chat with you soon, my love. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Hello, Good Life. To connect more with us, check out soulfueledlife.com.